Hi there, it's Jackie, and today I got asked a really good question. What kind of books can be turned into online courses? So the answer is pretty much any kind of book, and it really depends on how you deconstruct the book and what it is you want to present. So let's have a little look at what I'm talking about. So every book that you write takes your reader on a journey. So you obviously have your starting point, you have some kind of message or key messages throughout the book and some kind of outcome, something that you want your reader to achieve by the time they get to the end of the book, and in this case, the end of a course. So it's fairly straightforward with nonfiction because typically when you write a nonfiction kind of how-to book, most of your chapters have some kind of exercises or case studies that deliver a learning point. So that's fairly easy and fairly straightforward to do. And obviously you don't have to deliver all of the content. You can just deliver some of those learning points as you're going through. Now, what about if you've written a memoir? Now, this is kind of interesting, and again, it depends on how you constructed your memoir. So your memoir is a slice of your life. So you'll have been here. Something will have happened to make you be, awake and aware. Stuff will have changed, things will have happened, and every chapter will tell a part of your story. Well, if you went back to each of those chapters and said, what is the learning point from this chapter? You could then create an exercise around it. So you could tell, in your course, you could tell part of your story. You could invite your student to go and read part of the book, and you could get them to reflect on things and take some kind of an exercise. So let's say your whatever the story of your book is that the first bit is you ask your reader, your student potentially, to take an inventory of where they are right at this moment. So they take stock of where they are. And then in the next chapter, it might be that you had some kind of an epiphany, some kind of awakening, and you talk to them about wake-up calls. And in the next chapter, it's about, well, how do we rebuild the foundation of our life? And you might take them through a values kind of exercise. So if you go through each of the chapters and work out what is the key learning point of this particular story, you can build a course, because you're going to want to take your student on the same journey that the reader of your book does, with some kind of outcome at the end. So that's how you can do it with a memoir. So every chapter distills some kind of learning. So when I thought about this, and I thought, well, how on earth do you make a course out of a fiction book that you've written? But actually it's the same as all the others. A story takes your reader on a journey. Partway through the journey, they get some kind of aha moment. So you could build a course around your protagonist journey, like a bit like a hero's journey. So you can, get your student to identify with the protagonist as they are now, and then as they go on the journey, and each of the chapters, each of the bits of the story that you tell, you can pull some strands out of it and turn it into a piece of learning content. Then you can have some kind of book club, so they can come to a Facebook group, and they could have read the chapter, and then you discuss it. There's absolutely masses that you can do with a fiction book. So the key point is that all books take you on a journey. All books create some kind of an outcome that you want the reader to reach. And all books have key messages, and there's questions that can be asked. And yeah, I think really, you are only limited by your imagination. So I hope that helps. I hope that you can see that it really doesn't matter what kind of book that you have. If you deconstruct it and look for the journey, the key message overall, and then the key messages for each chapter, and then look at how you can deliver each of those pieces of content, what you might do with some kind of a Facebook group in terms of challenges and activities. You will have an absolute ball with turning whatever your book is into a course. Yeah, put some comments below and let me know what kind of books you're writing, and let's see if we can find some good ideas for you. So that's me for now. I'm Jackie Malpass, and I hope that helped.